everybody, and welcome to Savagely Delightful, a podcast exposing the schadenfreude nature in all of us. Each week, your co-hosts John and Chrissy will be coming at you with different stories of people making the kind of dumb mistakes that we all just love to hear about.
What's up, everyone? I'm John.
And I'm Christy.
And welcome back to Savagely Delightful.
Episode 38.
Yeah.
Or if you ask my iPad again, it's 39, so...
Yeah, it's messed up again.
It's never gonna know. It's fine.
It's fine. We're okay.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
So, you got any updates, Christy?
We do. After a lot of thinking, John and I have decided that we're going to have to put the podcast on pause for now. With everything going on, especially with the baby coming and everything, we've been struggling each week to even get it together, to get it sent out and everything and edited and all that. So
we're scrounging together last second every episode, trying to get it out for you guys, and it's getting pretty difficult.
Yeah, it's getting more and more difficult, and as much as we enjoy doing it and we love doing it together and being able to share that with everybody, it's something that at this point now we're feeling like we don't have the proper amount of time to give it to make it the best that it can be.
Yeah. I mean, just like today, I've been doing homework throughout the week, trying to make a less and less load on myself. But then I was doing homework right before this. We make notes, we record, and then after this, more homework, and then more editing, and it's already, 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock the night before this drops.
Yeah, and it's just getting a tighter and tighter schedule, and it's just going to get harder and harder on us. So we really enjoy it, but we just don't think it's going to be feasible anymore. And we don't want to just stop altogether, though. No,
we don't think it'll be bye forever at all. We're still hoping to do, episode drop here and there until we're able to get more time and, get things figured out in our personal lives. And then maybe from there, being able to eventually pick back up to where we're able to do this weekly again.
Yeah. But... keep submitting your stories. We love to read them. I mean, that's pretty much the highlight. We just love to read the stories. They're hilarious.
Yeah.
Always make us laugh, and it's always fun for Christy and I to hang out and do it.
Yep, exactly. So we want to thank everybody, though, for supporting us through this and listening and just being able to laugh with us. It's been a lot of fun, and we want to continue it, and we hope to. But, just wanted to warn everybody that for now, we just have to put the weekly consistency of it for sure on pause.
Yep.
But that being said,
we still got some stories for you today.
Yep. So do you have any other updates or anything that you wanted to add before?
My leg doesn't hurt.
Thank goodness.
Did we tell? Yeah, we told them about my leg. Yeah. So the stitches are doing well. Within a couple days, I should have the stitches taken out, and it should be all healed up now. I don't wrap it anymore or anything. Just trying to let things breathe out in the air for a little bit, but everything's all good.
And now our little baby, I'm 5 months along.
Yeah.
So we got that going too. Add that to our list. But slowly but surely we're getting things together.
Oh, and our whole backyard just got ripped out. So
oh yeah, that's
forgot
accurate.
about that. They're making a new addition behind our house, and just ripped out our whole tree back line.
Our whole tree line back there, basically.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere. That was a shock when we got home from work. So.
I came home and just looked at it. I was like, this looks different. And I FaceTimed Christy, and I was like, does this look different to you? Yeah, we have no privacy anymore. And I was like, that's what it is.
Right. Yeah, it's not great. We're going to have to figure something out with back there now, too.
It's all good. We will.
Yeah.
Add it to the list.
In due time.
Yeah.
But until then, you want to start us off with a story?
I would love to. So my first story was submitted by RenegadeBlitz. And he says, this happened earlier today. I work for a company that uses box trucks for service. Before I go any further, you just started. So before I go any further, let me preface this by
let's not get too far. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
Before I go any further, let me preface this by stating that I don't have much experience driving anything larger than a pickup truck, and my company knew this when I got hired. Okay.
At least they knew beforehand.
Yeah, be honest.
Yep.
Moving on, while going to unload the truck before moving out to our next location on the property, in order to reach the dumpster, you have to go under a large tree with a large portion of the truck hanging over. Thinking I had the clearance up top and was already past the point needed to make the turn clearly, I turned the truck, but ended up wedging the truck under the hanging part of the trunk. We were able to get it out, but now the truck has a large portion of the roof missing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Now I sit in anticipation for tomorrow morning to see if I still have a job. So
once again, at least you told them ahead of time,
right?
like, I don't have experience with this, like.
You get back to the, like, HQ, and they're like, what happened to the truck? And you're like, what truck? And, like, your whole
You're
roof
like,
is
that's
missing.
how I got it.
So he did reply to us with an update, and he said that he kept his job but was just written up. And I'm like, really?
I
just written up for like $2,000 worth of damage?
Well, you took it the opposite way. I'm like, psh, I don't think you should get written up for that. Like, it takes experience. That's a lot of damage, and that sucks a lot. Like, I get that part of it, but
That's a lot of damage.
yeah.
Like, that's a lot. Just ripping the roof off of a vehicle. Like,
He's just making it a convertible. It's fine.
oh yeah, you gotta get that wind flow.
Now.
But I
Aerodynamic.
knowing me though, I would feel like super bad
Oh, I would too.
because as soon as it happened, I'd just slam on the brakes and just get the cold sweats.
Right.
I couldn't even imagine trying to explain that to a supervisor.
I'd go into work and be like, I'll just leave now.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Here's my badge. Here's
Right.
my box cutter. I'm leaving.
Right. Oh, God.
But I do understand how you feel, though, because I've had to drive those big plow trucks in the snow, and it gets a little tight around some corners.
Gets a little dicey.
And I've taken out a couple mailboxes, and I feel kind of bad. But one thing I'm always afraid of is I'm just going to sideswipe a car, and that snowplow will just open up a car like a tin can.
Yeah.
It would just slice right through it, and I'm always super nervous about that. I've been doing it for like 4 years now, so I'm pretty confident, but accidents do happen, and I'm just always very weary.
Right.
Wary. There we go.
Yeah, it's worry. That
Yeah.
made me think too.
Yeah.
But that would suck so bad. Yeah, I would so be tempted to just walk in and be like, well, this was my first and last day. Like,
Right?
Bye.
Jeez.
Yeah. Don't like. Okay, you ready for mine?
Yep.
Okay, my first story is from an anonymous submitter. And they say, my partner and I have been planning this trip to Portland, Oregon for months.
I've always wanted to go to Portland.
Why?
Because we live in a very bland state. Now it's
Portland, is it?
Are you kidding? What?
Do I not know Portland?
Portland, literally like the origin of like the hipster and the progressive movements and LGBTQ plus and like everything that is progressive.
Okay, apparently I'm just oblivious
What are
to
you
this.
talking? like the origin of the hipster.
Okay. Because, like, my whole point, like, that I was going to say to that is, like, why the fuck would anybody want to go to Portland? Like, I don't get it. What's going on in
show
Portland?
about it on Hulu. I think
There
it's called.
is?
Yeah, it's called like Portland, Portlandia. Oh my god. God, fucking damn it.
No offense to Portland. Geography is not my thing, I guess.
Like, I don't know much. I don't know anything about Oregon, but I know Portland because of, like, that is what it's known for. Like, when you think of New York, what do you think of?
Like, rich people and penthouses.
Not the Empire State Building.
You asked, I answered.
Is it? Okay. But, like, you think of, California, they have their stereotype. Florida has their stereotype. New York has their
Yeah.
stereotype. The Midwest has their stereotype. Like, the stereotype for, like, the hipsters and, like, the first place to ever get marijuana legalized was Portland, Oregon.
Oh, I thought it was somewhere in Colorado. I thought it was Denver.
Okay, I might be wrong about that one.
I don't know. Either way, I didn't know that Portland was such a happening spot.
Yep, Portlandia.
Okay, well.
They make fun of how wild and progressive it is.
You win some, you lose some, whatever. Anyways, they say, we booked our stay, reserved a rental car.
You're so cute.
And I'm just airing this out for all the world to know that I'm ignorant to this, apparently. Okay. They say, we booked our stay, reserved a rental car, planned an itinerary for every single day with apartment visits, hiking, and sightseeing.
Yeah.
We were psyched.
That sounds like an awesome time.
Maybe we'll go sometime.
Yeah.
They say, we're on the plane, and as it lands, we open the window and see what we expect. A heavy cover of clouds and some light rain.
That ain't clouds, that's just weed smoke.
Only it's darker than we expected.
Weed smoke.
My partner opens his Maps app and to screenshot our arrival and ask, why is my map upside down? The ocean is on the wrong side. He flips it over and zooms out and sees Boston weirdly close to us.
What?
We're in Portland, Maine.
No.
Yeah.
No. That's so sad.
They say, so I take full responsibility for this fuck up. When I booked the tickets, I picked the cheapest direct flight where I could find from where we live and clearly wasn't paying attention to the airport codes. We were also running late when we arrived at the airport, so we didn't take a second to notice the ME after Portland.
How? How?
Thankfully, we were able to book a flight to PDX from PMW for early next morning, which we're waiting at the gate for now. I will say, Portland, Maine has some really friendly, helpful people with a great sense of humor and an amazing pizza place/bar. Shout out to Pizza Villa.
That's awesome for them, but I couldn't imagine the extra plane tickets.
Right. They said, from talking around, we're not the first to fuck this up, so always double check your airport codes before purchasing. Won't be making this mistake again.
That's good.
Right? Like, that's so unfortunate. Places should have different names. That's it.
Well, that reminds me.
There's different names. Just pick a different name, especially if you're going to have an airport there.
Yeah.
Like, especially an airport needs to have, like, a different city.
I mean, I remember when you went on a business trip and you thought you were going to New York, but it was Newark.
Right? Yeah. I got so excited.
I'm going to New York for business. And you're so excited. Goes to work the next day. You call me all pissed off. You're like, it's not New York. It's Newark. Newark, what, New Jersey or something?
Yeah. Still a little bitter. It's fine.
Because, like, that's like the dream. Go on a business trip to New York.
Right?
Nope. Yeah. It's like some Amish village.
I had it all in my mind. I'm like, this is going to be so great. And then the next day, they're like, no, you're not going to New York. And I'm like, wait, what?
God, that's good.
Record scratch.
So you're wondering how I got here.
Right? But, ugh. Yeah. Places need different names.
Yeah.
And not just barely different. Yeah. Like, totally different names.
Not one letter off.
Right.
You ready for my second one?
Yeah.
All right. This one was submitted by DrugResistantLigma.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say, for context, I just started my second year of surgery residence in July.
Damn.
So we got some big balls over here.
Some big balls. Good for you. Good job.
And I've been working as the night float, where my responsibilities include admitting new patients, seeing consults, and basically following up on anything the day residents need me to do while they're at home. I start my shift with one of the fourth-year residents calling me and asking me to do a digital rectal exam on a patient he admitted at 5 p.m. just before he left to go home. What's a digital rectal exam? Is it just like a big thermometer or a camera?
I was going to say, I assume it's just like different machinery, like better machinery.
Gotcha.
That way if it's digital, they'll be able to like see the files maybe more clearly, more quickly.
Gotcha. So he says, For context, the patient was admitted for a lower GI bleed, bright red blood in the stool, vitals are stable, and hasn't had any blood in his stools for 2 days. His hemoglobin was 5, which is about half of what it should be, so he's getting admitted for a blood transfusion and a colonoscopy the next morning. The fourth-year resident says during his admission history and physical, he forgot to do the digital rectal exam. Pretty big thing to forget, given that the large portion of the lower GI bleed can be diagnosed with a rectal exam.
Right.
Such as hemorrhoids, rectal cancer, anal fissures, etc.
Literally the main thing that he's complaining about.
He just didn't do it. As I'm heading up to the room to do the rectal exam, my trauma pager goes off. Level 1, multiple gunshot wounds.
Oof.
Yeah. I spend the next hour in the trauma bay helping any way I can. Patient gets his chest cracked open, coded, cardiac massage. Massage? Yeah, massage. Ends up dying after 15 units of blood.
Oh my God.
Before I can go back to do the rectal exam.
God, that's rough.
I'm interrupted with another page from the emergency room and have to admit the patient with a perforated, I'm going to butcher this, diverticulitis. Diverticulitis, there you go. My senior resident gets to do the exploratory laparotomy. I don't know. Laparotomy.
Do you want to show me?
No.
Okay.
Well, I get to see another consult.
It's something like that. Nailed it.
LAPAR, lapar, and then otomy. Laparotomy.
Well, yeah. Laparotomy.
Laparotomy? I don't know. I am not a surgeon. So, an exploratory laparotomy, which is the tongue twister, while I see another consult. I get another page to do a central line, arterial line, and a bilateral chest tubes on an unvaccinated COVID patient, all while the family is outside the glass door watching and crying because their family member has been progressively dying in front of their eyes.
Oh my God, that's rough. What a fucking day.
What a job.
Right?
It's not just a day.
Props to all doctors and nurses.
Surgeons,
I could never
everyone,
do
yeah.
it. Yeah.
About 8 hours have passed at this point, and with all the distractions, I completely forgot I still have to do the rectal exam. Sorry, all that is heartbreaking.
Gunshot wounds, somebody's dying, and then you gotta go stick something up somebody's ass.
I have a quick break. I grab a granola bar and eat it on my way up to the patient's room. My mind is a scrambled mess, which is understandable. Consistently racing through all the fucked up shit I just saw between a young kid dying in the trauma bay and an unvaccinated 40-year-old who's on death's door.
Gosh.
I recheck my phone to see which patient needed the rectal exam. Eventually I find it, walk in, and introduce myself as Dr. DrugResistantLigma. One of the surgery residents.
Can you imagine if your doctor actually was named that? I don't know if I like you more or less for that.
Dr. Spaceman off of 30 Rock. Did you ever watch 30 Rock?
No, not really.
Oh, with Tracy Morgan.
But hate Tracy Morgan.
Tracy Morgan.
And Alec Baldwin.
He had this doctor, and his name, it was spelled Dr. Spaceman.
Oh.
But it was pronounced Dr. Spaceman.
Stupid. Oh my God.
So, as he says, I am Dr. DrugResistantLigma, one of the surgery residents. I say that they forgot to do the rectal exam, and I just had to get one and add it to their history and physical document. The patient rolls over without hesitation. The rectal exam is completely normal. As I'm updating his admission documents, I realize the first line says, Mr. Jones is a 68-year-old African-American male with 1 episode of bright red blood per rectum. What the fuck? The guy I just did a rectal exam on was white. I reread that sentence. I reread that sentence a dozen times to make sure I'm not having a brain aneurysm or a stroke. Nope. I read it correctly the first time. The patient is black. I looked at the room.
Oh my God.
I look at the room number and it perfectly matches with what the 4th-year resident texted me. Except for one thing. It was the wrong floor. Same room number, just 1 floor higher. Fuck.
I like that this guy was just like, yeah, okay, whatever.
I told the day resident what happened, and he was dying laughing. I think he didn't say a word for a solid 3 minutes because of how hard he was laughing. He proceeded to tell the story to all the other surgery residents, and I don't think I'll ever live this down.
At least you could be like, well, here's your free laparotomy or whatever.
Right? It was just a rectal exam, not even the exploratory laparotomy.
Oh, whatever it was. It'd be like, you got a free one and you passed. Sorry.
You were lucky that the patient in the first room was so understanding, though.
Right.
He was like, oh, okay, you're a doctor. Sure. Yeah. And just go for it. Like, you know, that probably was expensive and you got a free one.
Right, exactly.
So you're all checked out and ready to go.
Yeah.
But like you said earlier, like, yeah, I couldn't do it. I would feel so scrambled and so rushed, and I'd have to take a break, just get my thoughts back in order.
Yeah.
But doctors and surgeons don't always get a break, and they just have to continue working through all the chaos. Mm-hmm. Like, it's insane, and they deserve so much more than what they already get.
It's honestly a miracle that more stuff like that, like more major stuff like that, even like doesn't happen very often.
Right? Yeah.
Because like that, I mean, yeah, doctors and nurses. Everybody is normally short-staffed, especially these times. Mm-hmm. Like, it's insane how short-staffed everywhere is.
Yeah, when they say that they could always use more nurses and doctors, no one's joking.
Yeah,
they're
literally.
Always useful everywhere. No matter how many you have, you're still understaffed.
Yeah, literally, if you want a job as a nurse or something, like, go somewhere that is offering those jobs and ask for the training, and they'll probably help to pay for it.
Right, yeah.
Like, if not completely pay for it.
Talk about job security.
Right, like, for sure. Which, I mean, and props, because once again, that's not a job I think I could ever do.
Oh, God, no. I mean, when that, I think she was an RN, when she was scrubbing the inside of my leg, you almost threw up in your mask.
She was a physician's assistant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so higher than RN, but okay, you ready for my second?
Yes, I am.
Okay, this is from another anonymous submitter, and they say, this one's kind of fun. What?
Nothing.
Oh. Okay, this is from another anonymous submitter, and it's kind of a fun one. So,
okay.
They say, I have been getting a lot of scam calls recently, which is something I think a lot of us can relate to. Mm-hmm. Which, yep, everybody gets those. They suck. Usually, I ignore these calls, but recently, I've started a new job, and sometimes my coworkers call me to get in touch about something. Being new, I don't have everybody's name saved yet, so I've been forced to pick up a number of these calls for the possibility that it could be a coworker. Which I've been doing this now, like with work too, and I will say from my experience that the more that you answer these phone calls, the less that you tend to get them.
Yep.
Because, like, they don't actually want to talk to you.
Yeah.
At all. Like, these people hate their jobs just as much as you hate getting their phone calls.
I mean, I've had to do the same thing, too, because I've been looking for different jobs as well.
Yeah.
And so, I get these random numbers, and I'm like, this could be an interviewer, so I gotta pick it up anyway. And, the more you answer it, I feel like the less you get. Yeah.
Well, and also, too, if you answer it, then sometimes there is that option to be put on, like, the do not call list or whatever. So if you hit that, like, they're not going to call you again. Mm-hmm. Versus if you don't answer it, they'll call you however many more times they want because you're not on the do not call list to them. Anyways, they say, today I picked up while focused on something at work and immediately was greeted with a scammer telling me I had unpaid bills for $445.
From the IRS.
Right. Says frustrated, I shot back with, how about I pay you $444 to suck my dick and we'll call it even?
Jeez. All right.
Satisfied, I hung up and went back to work. About a half hour later, I get a call from my mom. I'm fresh out of college, so she still manages my homeowner's insurance, asking why I just offered the State Farm agent money to suck my dick.
Okay, that's fucking good. That is good.
He says, turns out that wasn't a scammer, and instead was a legitimate agent trying to tell me that my policy was about to be canceled because I forgot to pay my bill. Oops.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Says, cue an awkward phone call apologizing to my female agent and trying to explain that I wasn't trying to sexually harass them.
Oh, man. That is too funny. Like, I can relate to that.
Right.
I didn't do anything like that, but, like, my whole family, we had, like, the same person that went through car insurance. And so, yeah, we'd all just call it the same person, and that'd be so funny if I accidentally called her thinking it was a scam. We're just like, suck this, and man, I would die laughing.
Well, and the part that makes it funnier to me, too, is that afterwards she essentially called your mother on you.
Yeah. Like, you're gonna be put in timeout or you're grounded.
Right, and can you imagine how horrified that mom probably was hearing what her son just told their State Farm agent?
Oh, that's fucking good.
My God.
That is good.
And then your mom, like, making you go apologize. Like, that's so funny to me.
I mean, isn't there, like, some kind of insurance agent that's, like, close to your family, too?
Yeah.
Or, like, a friend?
Family friend.
I could just imagine her getting a call like that. That's fucking good. Yeah. I hope she does. I hope her life is just as exciting.
But can you imagine the poor girl in the first place, like, not knowing that they thought that she was a legit scammer? Mm-hmm. And, like, getting somebody's reaction like that, oh my God, that would suck so bad.
That's gold.
I just love that she called his mom.
Yeah.
Like, well, you will never know what your son just told me.
Ready for my third story?
Yeah.
So, my third story was submitted by ChineezyBleezy.
What up?
Yeah. And he says, this is kind of sweet. He says, so this happened a few years ago while I was working at a casino. Sometimes during my shift, I would see this really cute girl who worked at one of the restaurants in the casino, and I had the biggest crush on her.
Aww.
One day, I finally nutted up, caught her in the hall, introduced myself, and asked her for her number. I was on cloud 9 when she gave me her digits. We texted each other for a few days, and we agreed to go get frozen yogurt together. So being the hopeless romantic that I am, I decided to get her some flowers before our meetup.
Aww.
Antsy and excited, I get there 15 minutes early and text her to let her know that I'm already there and waiting. 30 minutes pass and it's getting darker, and she's still nowhere to be seen. So of course, I text her again. She assures me that she just left her friend's house and she's on her way. So I wait an additional 15 to 20 minutes.
Aww.
Fucking finally, I see her car pull into the parking lot, and there she is in a pickup truck. Hyped as hell that I didn't get stood up, I get out and head over to greet her with the flowers, but I thought she looked kind of different tonight. Maybe it was just the lighting and she wasn't wearing her work clothes. She looked at me in the oddest manner possible and says, "Do you just wait in the parking lot with flowers for random girls?" This is when it hit me that this is just some random ass girl just going to get some froyo, not my fucking date.
Oh my God.
I could feel my face burning up as I am turning beet red. So what do? I slowly walk backwards like a creep right back into my car and get the fuck out of there. Texted the girl I was supposed to meet, and she said she actually couldn't make it either. Neither of us heard from her. Never heard from her again. Most embarrassing story of my life.
How bitchy, though.
Right? Like, that does suck.
Like, oh, I couldn't make it. Like, oh, you didn't know that an hour ago?
Yeah, I'm just leaving my friends now, 30 minutes late.
Right.
And then 20 minutes later, oh, I couldn't make it anyway. What the hell? Like,
should have just given that other girl the flowers.
Honestly, yeah. Like, you poor kid, that must have stung. But don't worry, because I'm a hopeless romantic, and it always turns out better for people like us.
Yeah.
Like, the effort that you're used to putting into a relationship now will become second nature later, and it'll just be super appreciated with whoever you end up with.
And whoever you end up with will probably show it right back.
Exactly. So, yeah, you get stung a couple times, but it always works out in the end for us.
Everybody gets stung a few times first.
Yeah, I think that's just a rite of passage.
Yeah. Something like that. Okay, you ready for my third?
I am.
It's a good one.
It better be.
And I'm happy that this is, like, our last one for this episode. That's, like, our last consistent or whatever, for sure. Okay, so this is from Kelly from Milwaukee. Speaking of hipster places.
Yeah, that is one. God, that rock and roll sushi place was so good in Milwaukee.
Rice and roll.
Rice and roll. Everyone
Kelly, if you ever go to Rice and Roll, yum.
Everyone go and flood Milwaukee and go to Rice and Roll. It's delicious.
Yeah. Or what other place? AJ Bombers.
AJ Bombers, yes.
In some little cafe.
Those Bloody Marys at AJ Bombers are fucking fire.
Those were good.
Shit.
Anyways, back to Kelly.
I want to go back.
Right? Okay. So Kelly says, like many other unfortunate souls, my non-existent dating life has me turning to the dating apps.
Hey, I got ChineezyBleezy over here.
Right? That's what I was just thinking. I was like, maybe you should get with ChineezyBleezy. She says, this particular one is from Tinder. She says, I'd been chatting with this guy a few days, and everything was going swimmingly. We had so much in common, and were looking for the same things. His pictures were cute, he didn't live too far away, all seemed well. I invited him over to grill out some burgers in my backyard. He asked if he could bring anything. I said, sure, some bacon for the hamburgers. He agreed and said he'd be over soon.
I swear, if you put bacon on a hamburger and no cheese...
Yeah, you should have cheese, too.
It's a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Not a hamburger with bacon.
Yeah, accurate.
Get your shit together.
Okay, she says, given his distance, I expected him to be over in about 15 minutes.
That is really close.
Yeah, I started the grill and seasoned the burgers. Half an hour later, he messaged me. I've driven by a couple times and chickened out. Are you sure you want me to come over? Maybe a red flag, but I chalked it up to nerves and just said, come on, I'm hungry.
Instead of grilling hamburgers, you're probably grilling some catfish.
Interesting you say that. The next line reads, so this haggard-looking guy shows up, much different looking than his Cedric pictures.
Yep, knew it.
Nice Harry Potter reference, like it. She says, that's all right, I can move past that. From the minute he walked up, and I kid you not, he did not take a breath. Within the first 5 minutes, I knew his life story from his aunt who hated their grandmother to his father who likes to collect taxidermy.
Jesus Christ.
Not a single breath.
Damn.
Which, like, I feel like I struggle to talk about myself for a minute, let alone telling a stranger, like, my whole family history.
It's actually a classic ADD and ADHD symptom is oversharing.
Like oversharing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So
that plus anxiety, and you just have word vomit.
Yeah, and I could see that for sure. But she says, again, I figured he was just nervous. I put the burgers on.
You're helping this guy out a lot.
Right? Yeah, she's given a lot of leeway. Says, again, I figured he was just nervous. I put the burgers on, and when they're ready, he pulls out a Ziploc from his pocket with 2 pieces of bacon in it.
What?
He puts them only on his burger. Okay.
Okay. You put up with the catfish. You put up with the oversharing.
We draw the line at bacon.
You don't fuck with bacon, all right? Here in the Midwest, you fuck with bacon. You're that's 3 strikes, you're out, buddy.
Like I how even does that happen? Like how does that?
How do you interpret bring bacon but for yourself?
Literally just for one burger for you to eat. Like, no.
Like he must have a issue with social cues or something.
No idea.
There's no way.
Just wait.
Oh my god, I already hate this guy. You don't fuck with bacon.
You don't fuck with bacon.
I literally made a basket weave of bacon last weekend.
He did. That's accurate.
It was glorious.
It was very pretty. Anyways, we sit down at the patio table to start eating. I finished my burger before he even started his.
With
he
no
did
bacon.
not stop talking the entire time.
Jesus.
When we sit down, he reaches into his pocket and out pulls, what? A vial?
Okay. No.
It's about 2 inches tall with a cork in it. It's filled with black powder. He must have noticed me staring at it, flipping between if he is about to snort something strange or build some sand art.
Yeah, it looks like brake dust.
You ready?
What?
He said, "Oh, all super casual. I'd like to introduce you to my mother."
Kick this dude out of your fucking house. Make him leave. Call the cops.
I would freak out. Like,
get the gun.
I'm not good at hiding my facial expressions. Like, if this happened to me, oh my God, I can only imagine my facial expression. Like, even trying to hide it, it would not work.
Oh my God.
Like, I can't.
Oh, this is just mi madre.
He says, "I just stared at him for what felt like an eternity. I didn't know whether to laugh or cry or run. I like to bring her to any important event in my life. She also has ashes in this necklace I'm wearing, and in this ring I have on, and this half-sleeve tattoo is for her." She says, "Now mind you, I've lost too many people close to me, and I do not judge people based on their grief cycles. We all cope differently, and I respect that. But homeboy brought a vial of his mother's ashes and set them on our table for our first date. I simply could not."
Look, girl, you gave
Nobody
him...
could.
Yeah, you gave him way too many chances.
So much leeway.
It stops at the bacon.
And went downhill fast.
Yeah. He didn't even bring enough bacon for his mom. What the fuck?
Oh, man. He says he finally finished his burger, and I made some excuse about having to clock in and finish some work at 9:30 p.m.
Fair
Right?
game.
Yeah, literally say anything at that point. He texted me before he even got to his car and told me, "My mother really liked you. I can't wait to see you again."
Jesus Christ, run.
Creepy,
and lock.
I hate it.
Change your locks.
Yeah, I hate that he was invited to your house for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, once vampires get in, you can't get them out.
Yeah, you invited him in. Oh, goodness. She says, "I told him I didn't feel the connection to him or his mother."
You're so nice.
But, like, how? How can this even be possible?
You're...
Like, a huge part of me wants to think that it was, like, some kind of weird joke. Like, on the movie How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Yeah.
Like, a part of me wants to believe that, but, like, it's too much.
Like, he took every social cue and just made it the worst decision he could.
Like, and especially when they were talking for a couple days and, like, kind of had a sort of connection. And then, like, just for it to go straight downhill. Like, a huge part of me just wants to be like, it's got to be some kind of joke or something. Like,
I would hope. If someone brought out a vial and said, "Oh, it's my mom," and, like, they said, "JK," like, it's just, like, a prop I have in my pocket for this exact joke.
still weird.
That's weird.
But not as bad.
I mean, I've met some weird magicians that keep some weird things in their pockets.
Okay. I don't even know what to reply to that.
I promise.
It's just like a dead pigeon out of nowhere.
It's like pictures of, like, laundry detergent because, like, oh, and they keep it in their wallet and they're like, "This is my pride and joy," and it's a picture of, like, pride and a picture of joy, like the laundry and soap detergent.
I hate it.
It's cringy. It's stupid.
I hate it
but,
a
like,
lot.
they keep, like, those kind of props and stuff in their pocket for those dumb jokes.
Yeah.
Like,
he can't possibly think that that's normal behavior, especially for a first date.
I'm telling you, if you bring 2 strips of bacon just for yourself,
I was gonna say I can't get over the bacon part though.
Then, like, you have to know, like, he just doesn't understand social cues.
Yeah.
There's no way. Unless he was just so fucking drugged out of his mind that he was like, "Bacon, me, okay." And that was it. I don't know.
I don't, yeah. Yeah, as soon as I saw that he only brought enough bacon for him, I'm like, nope, he is not the right man for you, honey.
He's not the right man for anyone.
Right. Well, he's maybe got some growing to do.
Yeah, what? Did they say how old they were?
No.
Well, you're on Tinder, so I would hope, like, at least 18.
Well, yeah. I
Jeez.
assume that, especially if she's got her own place, it sounds like.
Yeah.
So.
Run.
Just, yeah.
Change the locks and run.
I was going to say, I hope you have a security system. Not saying that this man is dangerous, but it's just, you never know. And those aren't normal social behaviors.
No, not at all. That's like sociopathic behaviors.
It's one of those things, we'd rather you be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
So.
If you don't want to kill him, get a beanbag gun or a pepper gun or a taser or mace.
Get a security system first.
Okay, security systems only help to contact someone that can help. Help yourself.
I mean, yeah. I'm just saying. You might be able to catch some weird stuff before it gets to that point to be able to contact or whatever. But yeah, don't like that. Hope you find somebody better, like ChineezyBleezy maybe.
Yeah, he's dope.
Nudge, nudge.
Yeah,
maybe
he'll bring you flowers,
not
bacon for himself.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably would bring bacon for the entire neighborhood.
Wow. What a stand-up guy.
Right? Anyways, just making love connections over here.
Yeah. Playing Cupid.
Right. Do you have anything else you want to add for the episode?
I just want to say thank you guys so much for all the support and all the stories you guys have given us.
Yep.
You've given Christy and I so many laughs together and a lot of great time together. Mm-hmm. We really do love it and we really do appreciate it. And we want to make more episodes, but it won't be on a consistent weekly basis now. It'll be whenever we can fit it in. So it might be once a month, once every 2 months, 3. I don't know. There's no set time or date, but when we get to it, we would still like to. But just the weekly thing is getting pretty rough on us. We've lived very busy lives
with full-time work, a lot of family, personal stuff going on.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
John and school and just everything. And I mean, nowadays with the pregnancy, I'm literally exhausted constantly.
Yeah.
So it's a struggle for now, like we said, but we do want to continue it and not just completely stop. That's not what we're trying to say. We have to take a little bit of a step back for it, for ourselves and our family.
Mm-hmm. But don't stop the stories from coming in. Maybe whenever we do our next episode, we can just pick out the all-star stories and give you just a great content and make you guys laugh your asses off.
Yeah. Because that's what it's all about, too, is, we want to not just bring you content, but bring you, great content that we're proud of. Mm-hmm. And when we feel rushed like this, I feel like we can't be as proud of it because we don't feel like we have the right amount of time to put into a good episode. Mm-hmm. So
maybe in one of the future episodes, you'll hear a little shit running around in the back.
Running around? Oh, God, that'll be a while.
Demon baby.
Or maybe crying in the back.
Probably, yeah. Most likely crying, and our dog's trying to console, and
our dog's whining because they're crying.
Yeah, trying to get our attention, and then we have to stop the episode, help the baby, and it's just gonna be.
And then it'll take 4 hours to make one episode.
When doesn't it?
Right. Accurate. But yeah, we appreciate everybody. And thank you. Yep. As usual, all our handles and everything are on the outro. If you want to submit your stories, once again, please do. Because we do still plan on doing this as we can and not just straight up stopping it. So thank you for all that you do, and we love you.
And we will see you when we see you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
So, you may have made a mistake today, but at least you didn't mess up as badly as the people we discussed. If you did, we would love to hear about it, and we may even feature your story on an upcoming episode. You can find us online at www.savagelydelightful.buzzsprout.com, on Twitter at savage_delight, and on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at savagelydelightful. If you like what you heard today and you want to show your support, please consider donating to us on Patreon at patreon.com/savagelydelightful. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss future episode releases, and please consider leaving us a review so that it's easier for others to find our podcast. Thanks, bye!